So the Eagles get great news. Lane Johnson and Sidney Brown will both be back versus the Dolphins 100%. Julio Jones spoke today and said he knows his role but will be dominant. Also, we got breaking news. Jeremy Chinn is injured and won't be traded this year. Lastly, McNabb compares him and T.O. situation with what's going on in Philly, Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast, and today we got a lot to get into, but before we do that, Eagle Nation, can I ask y'all for a favor? Help your boy out. Hit that like, subscribe if you are new, and turn on that notification bell. That way you're notified when we drop these videos and go live. Let's get to the injury updates first. So yesterday, it was reported that Lane Johnson had a grade 1 ankle sprain and could be back for the Miami Dolphins game. I was thinking, how? And do we want to risk future injury? We need him for the long term, not just one game. However, drop the muscle emoji in the comment section for Pave the Lane Johnson. He's just built different. Today, it was reported by Brian Baldinger, who said on Part of My Take podcast that he was working out with Lane Johnson and that Johnson is fine and will play versus Miami. His exact words was, he's doing fine. He'll be ready for Miami. Who am I to question the great Lane Johnson, who wants to be out there for his team, especially after the loss to the New York Jets? At the end of the day, the Eagles' offense is that much more better when he's out there. So, hey, pave the lane. I'm glad you can suit up. Another crucial guy we're going to get back on the defensive side is Sidney Brown. Dave Zingaro reports Eagles rookie DB Sidney Brown, who has missed the last 3 weeks with a hamstring injury, told him he's 100% healthy and is ready to go and will be out there for the Dolphins game. He went even further to say, there's a reason I'm not a doctor, because if I was, I would have probably taped a hamstring to the back of my leg and played the last 3 games, but I couldn't. That is legit dog mentality. A young guy who is not afraid to hit, not afraid to fly, not afraid to just play with injury, but you got to be smart, young fellow. The medical staff for the Eagles probably didn't let him play, but he's ready to get back in action, and we're going to need him because Reed Blankenship status is still up in the air. Slay, Carter, up in the air. We do got news on Bradley Roby, which is not good for this week, but it's good for the long term. Bradley Roby suffered a pectoral strain and is considered week to week. That means he won't go on IR. However, he's going to miss this Miami Dolphins game, and that is what is on Philly Mike and Eagles Nation's mind right now. We need him, right? Whether it's him and Sidney Brown rotating at the nickel, whether it's Sidney Brown playing some full-time safety because of all the injuries, we need as many DBs. Why do you think we signed Bradley Roby? And he played pretty darn good in the snaps we asked of him thus far. It sucks that, slot Avonte Maddox out for the year. Now we get another guy who played well, and he's out. We just can't stay healthy in the secondary. I'm glad that Sidney Brown's back, and I'm glad that Bradley Roby is only going to miss a week or two. Guess who might be playing this week? I don't know how I feel. I understand the signing because it's safe, but sheesh. Josiah Scott signed from the Pittsburgh Steelers practice squad and activated to the roster. He played with the Eagles in 21 and 22. At the end of the day, he plays safety better than he does slot and or outside corner. We hopefully don't got to ask him to do much, but if worst case scenario comes, we still got Josiah Scott, a body better than nobody, I guess. We can't play with 10 men on the field. It's crazy, though. What's going on with Kelee Ringo? Why is Mekhi Gardner? Why is Goodrich, Eli Ricks? Everybody's getting a shot, whether it's safety, slot, or outside, but no Kelee Ringo. Let me know in the comment section your thought on that. As for newly acquired Julio Jones, he's already saying keep the main thing, but he needs a little work with the actual word and listen.
And also making the main thing is going out there and compete and be accountable, have a lot of success.
Don't worry, Jalen Hurts will have him saying it the right way. And again, listen what he said to Dave Zingaro when asked, how much left do you got in the tank?
Do you feel like you have left?
Have left? I just keep watching. I ain't gonna make no expectations. Just keep watching, and I can show you. We'll revisit this question. All right.
No expectations. He's not bragging, but he definitely looked at him like, bro, I'm Julio Jones. When I do play, I still can catch the ball with the best of them. Listen to his mindset as well. Julio Jones said, and I quote, "My mindset is definitely to dominate. Don't get it twisted. I'm here to dominate, but I'm saying guys are already here. They're solidified in their positions. Wherever they need me to go and be, I'm going to do that to the best of my abilities." Julio Jones on his mindset. A veteran as your number 3, a guy as reliable when healthy as Julio Jones, it can't make your team any worse, right? You can say he's older. He's not the wide receiver 1, 2. He's not even the pass catcher 3. That's Dallas Goedert. But in crucial situations, I'd rather go to Julio Jones than Quez Watkins as of now. And again, Quez has been nicked up. Who's to say we don't see more injuries? Rather be safe than sorry. Howie Roseman making moves. I ain't mad at the Julio Jones sign. Now, we gonna talk about McNabb, T.O., comparing, blah, 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 trying to poo-poo on A.J. Brown, and A.J. Brown responded back. However, more news on what we all thought was Eagles soon-to-be safety. So is this breaking news NFL, breaking news Eagles? But Adam Schefter said Panthers safety Jeremy Chinn has a significant quad injury that is expected to sideline him up to 6 weeks per league source. Chinn does not need surgery, but he's also in the last year of his contract and scheduled to be a free agent after this season. That means we're not going to be able to trade for him. He will be on IR through the weeks of the trade deadline. What an absolute heartbreak. We thought there was a legit possibility of Howie Roseman going out and getting Jeremy Chinn. That is off the table. Now, maybe we sign him in free agency, but we got to worry about the 2023 season. So I am giving a call, a Philly Mike Eagle Nation call to one Howie Roseman. Get on the phone. There's still 2 safeties left that would make an impact to the Eagles. One, Budda Baker, right? We've been talking about him since the start of the season. He was flirting with the Eagles. He will be a perfect match, and yes, the money would work. Howie Roseman can restructure, add deals, put dummy deals. It's all good, right? Jeremy Chinn was the better contract for sure, but Budda Baker is a win-now move. We literally are running out of safeties. We're running out of safeties. Josiah Scott signed to the roster because he can play a little safety. It is getting ridiculous. Another guy who we might have to go out and look for, right? There's been no connection other than just the great Eagle people on Twitter and or, he fits perfectly. Broncos safety Justin Simmons. Again, picking off Patrick Mahomes Monday night. He's a playmaker. His contract's a little steep, but you make Denver eat some of that. You restructure at dummy years. He's 29, turning 30. Again, Reed's played well, but he's nicked up, right? At the end of the day, Justin Evans on IR. Reed Blankenship, hopefully he comes back. Sidney Brown, just getting back. Terrell Emmons, we don't want on the field that much. That is the safety room, right? Kelee Ringo, we heard him possibly playing safety. He can't possibly play nothing right now. I don't know what's going on with that, but a safety move before the deadline is what can transform this defense. I think Sean Desai got them playing very, very well, but it can transform this defense. Now, let's get to that bull jive of Donvon McNabb. So Donvon McNabb went on WIP and said, I go back to before the complaint from A.J. Brown. I've seen it before. I understand it. I know as a quarterback, you don't want to be involved in it. He later said that play calls are being more catered to try to feature instead of establishing a tempo and spreading the ball around. McNabb talking about a loss to the Jets, right? Now there's controversy. At the end of the day, if the eye test shows, it looks like A.J. Brown was targeted a lot in that Jets game. Why? Because he was coming down with catch left and catch right. His 4th game in a row over 125 yards. However, McNabb, do some research and stop hating. DeAndre Swift had more targets than A.J. Brown in that game. Devontae Smith, who was dropping the ball, that's why it don't look like he got more targets, but he had more targets too. It's a simple Google search. Devontae with 11 targets, Swift with 10 targets, and A.J. Brown with 9 targets. The difference was A.J. made the most of his targets. He's a beast. He's a dog. He's a problem. He also responded to the tweet by saying, with all due respect, I will repeat, that conversation was not about targets. Two friends bumped heads about something and moved on. If you feel that way, keep that to yourself because the media is going to hold on to everything you say. Out of all people, you should know better. We know that Donvon McNabb plays the I'm friendly to Philly. Let me low-key hate on Philly. I'm friendly to Philly. Let me low-key hate on Philly. And again, I don't think this is a shot at Jalen Hurts or the Eagles, but trying to say A.J. Brown is diva-ish like T.O., stop it. A.J. Brown is a dog, but he's also a team player. Of course he's going to be a little upset when he's not getting the ball because he's that dominant, right? He's number 2 in the NFL in receiving yards for a reason. Started off shaky, and he's that dominant. He caught right back up. The dude's always open, and when the ball's thrown to him, good things happen. But let's not act like he wasn't happy for Smitty with his 100-yard game, wasn't happy for Dallas Goedert and his 100-yard game. A.J. Brown, just the ultimate competitor. And again, he's best friends with Jalen Hurts. That's where it's different. You and T.O. got along and then didn't. These guys go way beyond, way back more, and it's deeper than football. Just stay out of the business. Just stay out of the business. On that note, the Eagles will be playing at home Sunday night versus the Dolphins and wearing their Kelee green jerseys for the first time. You can't lose in these jerseys. We cannot lose at home. We cannot lose in these jerseys. The Kelee green jersey is officially back. We need to beat the Dolphins, right? We're still 5-1, top of the NFC East, tied with the Lions and the Niners. But the narrative is the Eagles were exposed. They're not that good. Blah, 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 blah. If we bounce back against a Commanders team, a Giants team, a Panthers team, a Falcons team, well, guess what? They will still diss us for the loss of the Jets and not give us credit for the Panthers or Falcons or Commanders win. But we're playing the Dolphins, another 5-1 team, one of the best teams in the league, let alone the AFC. So if we go out there and do it, especially with all the injuries, right? What is the status of Jalen Carter? If you know, let me know. When I know, I'll let you know, but we don't know thus far. Carter, Slay, Blankenship. 3 people I'm really looking at. We got the Brown news. Sidney Brown, good to go. Roby, not long-term, but he's not going to be going for week 7 versus the Dolphins. Slay, Carter, Reed. Got to get these guys back. This is a very talented offense. We talked about AJ being number 2. Tyreek Hill is number 1. But there's one thing that AJ got that Tyreek don't got, and that is the longest active streak in the NFL with 125-plus yards receiving, which is 4. Longest active streak, but makes history for the Eagles. First time a guy getting 4 games in a row with a $125 or more. At the end of the day, we're going to break down the Eagles and Dolphins Thursday and Friday. Might have a live stream with a Dolphins content creator. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, Eagle Nation. And remember, jersey giveaway October 29th. We're doing all the calculations. We'll have a couple more live streams. And hopefully the best man or female wins. Much appreciation. Hit the like button. Drop the comments. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.